Hi there, friends of the Lomography. I did a video a while ago nagging about people buying a expensive camera and why there should be an instructional video on YouTube about it. Because people who buy expensive cameras know how to use them. But some cameras need a little bit of attention. Like this one. It's a Lomo Sokol Automat. Oh, it's Russian, so it's cool. That's what they taught us. It has even the CCP Russian quality symbol. Mm. Mm. It's not good doing videos while you're smoking. I hope they don't ban the cigarette on YouTube. Mm. This is a strange camera because it was meant as a sort of compact, I've read, but it weighs like 700 grams. It's like your typical old school Russian, yeah, made of tank steel camera. The film rewind knob is on the side. It's rather funny. It's not on the top. It opens like this. Oh, here you have the interior. The winding lever is here. Yep. And then you shoot it like this. Check. It's a special thing. Some things you need to know about it because it has an automatic mode and 3 CDS cells. So the thing needs a battery, and you can search a long time before you find the battery compartment. And it's on the top. There's like a dial here, like when you open it, there's place for a big battery. You don't find those anymore because it takes a mercury battery, and you can find a substitute. Some sources on the internet say you can put in an SR, silver oxide battery, into it, and I've tried. And when you put a silver oxide battery in it, you have to stuff something next to it because the battery is basically too small. But I used some cork from a wine bottle, which is easy to cut. So I cut some pieces and put it next to the battery so it touches everything it needs to touch. And then the automatic works. But I soon discovered that in this case, in this camera, it works at only one speed. It fires always the same speed. So that's not good. The LCA fires at different speeds and different diaphragms. This one is supposed to do the same, but mine does not. What you have to what do you need to know more? You set the speed and the aperture here. It works perfectly fine in automatic mode. I use a handheld light meter. Shutter speeds are on this model from 1978. They're accurate, so that's good. It's a big lens, an Industar 70. It's a neat lens, in fact. But you set the speed after you have wound it. Then it moves gently. If you set the speed after you have fired shutter, you will feel it grinds. It's like creep, creep, creep. You don't want to do that. Another annoying fact is when there is a film inside, you can wind and you can wind and you can wind. It doesn't block. So yeah, you can wind your 3 frames without shooting, so you're wasting film. So there are 2 possibilities. You always wind your film after a shot, so you know it's ready to shoot, or you never wind your film, and then you know when you take a shot you have to wind it. That's possibility 1. And there is another trick. That's when you're a sloppy guy. Just take your camera frame it and shoot, because it doesn't do multiple exposures. When you fire the shutter, oh yeah, there's no film inside, but when you fire the shutter and you don't wind it, yeah, when you don't wind it, it won't fire again. It stays down. It comes, okay, I just noticed it only comes up when you, so you can check it when the shutter is down. Oh, it's easy. I just shot a roll and I didn't notice. Hey, so there is only one option. When the shutter is down, you have to wind it. Ta-da! It flips up, you see? But remember, if you can wind the whole film, it's a rangefinder with a large base, so it's made to focus accurately, but this rangefinder is out of focus, and these mechanisms can go, yeah, I don't know how, but they can go wrong. Where when I focus on infinity, the rangefinder the two images don't collide. So when I focus on something that's 200 meters away, I have to focus like on 7 meters. On close distance, this rangefinder still works. It's very strange, because I only noticed halfway my roll it was out of focus, but I took some close distance shots here of this ugly that flower, and they're perfectly in focus. And even at f8, at close distance, it was the closest distance. There is a distance scale. Even at 8, your depth of field is quite shallow. So when I was in the city and I noticed the viewfinder wasn't accurate anymore, I just started using zone focusing and hyperfocal focusing. So I chose f11 and then put it on infinity on f11. So everything from 2.5 meters, yeah, I know this lens from this camera isn't sharp enough. Everything from 2.5 meters up to infinity is in focus. So that's, but then you go to the slower shutter speed. With today's cloudy light, it was like 1/60th of a second. You have to keep the camera still. So I tried some shots from the hip while I was walking, shooting people. At 1/60th second, it gives you a blurred image. But the shots in which I held the camera steady were actually quite sharp. So it's a funny camera. It's basically a collector's item. I think there are better Lomos on the market. It's made by the Lomo factory. It's not on the body. It's on the case, but it's made by Lomo in St. Petersburg. The lens, of course, not. The lens is an Industar. They bought it from, I don't know who makes it. MMZ, MMZ. Goms is the old name of Lomo. I know stuff, but I don't know everything, boy. So, this is actually a rare model. According to SovietCameras.com, 120,000 units are made. Rare is a big word, but most of them, Sokol is Russian for falcon. Falcon should be falcon. Anyway, it's a predator bird. Falcon should be swift and light. And this one is heavy and slow. Like when you take it and you want to focus, you have to search the focusing ring. It's here, but and setting the aperture and then the speed slow too, because when you move one ring, the other one starts moving along. You don't want that. Oh yes, if you have one which works in the A modus, the automatic modus, and you have put it into automatic, click, it locks. So now to unlock it, there is this lever. You push this lever and then you can unlock it. So I think you know everything you need to know about the Lomo Sokol Automat. So you can take the automat out. I wonder whether there are yes, there are still automats working. Alfred Klump, the famous Alfred Klump from Alfred Page, actually has one who works. He, he wrote it, so I believe him. So the rangefinder is not the best rangefinder in the world, but it's definitely a usable camera. It's very cheap to find. So if you want to have some fun with an old Russian camera and you don't want to be the LCA boy like everybody is nowadays, go for the Lomo Automat. More Russian cameras are coming up in the next episode. Yeah, I have to find a name. HBO. I think it's already that one already exists. Sky Plus. I hope. No, that one. Gauthier Dumont, JDM. Great Dark Man videos. Yes, Great Dark Man. Yeah. Hello and welcome to Great Dark Man, done by a small white boy. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna smoke another cigarette. Silence is sexy.